The police officer knocked on my door at 6 a.m. and asked me to identify a body. Then the name on the report changed everything I thought I knew about my husband. Have you ever opened your front door before sunrise and felt your entire body go numb before a single word was even spoken? I did. The pounding on my front door at 6 in the morning wasn't normal. It was loud, sharp, urgent. My husband, Nathan, had worked a night shift and wasn't home yet, so I immediately assumed he'd been in a terrible accident. I opened the door, still wearing my pajamas, and found 2 police officers standing on my porch. One of them quietly removed his hat and asked, "Mrs. Carter?" My stomach dropped. Before I could even answer, he said, "We need your help identifying someone." My legs instantly felt weak. My mind kept screaming, "No, please, not him." They drove me to the county morgue without saying much. Every horrible possibility raced through my head. I couldn't stop whispering, "Please, please let Nathan be okay," until my own voice started shaking. When we arrived, the younger officer stopped outside the examination room and quietly said, "Take your time." I walked inside, barely able to breathe. White sheet covered the body from head to toe. The coroner slowly folded it back. I looked down, then immediately shook my head. "No," I whispered. I looked again. "No." My voice cracked. Tears filled my eyes. "That's not my husband." The officers exchanged confused looks. One of them stepped closer. "Are you sure?" I pointed at the man's left hand. "Nathan lost his ring finger in a construction accident 5 years ago. The body had all 10 fingers." Then I pointed toward his shoulder. "He also has our wedding date tattooed right here." There wasn't a tattoo, not even a scar. The room went dead silent. The senior detective slowly placed an evidence bag on the steel table. Inside were Nathan's wallet, his car keys, his driver's license, his watch, and the wedding ring I'd placed on his finger 4 years earlier. My heart started pounding so violently I thought I might faint. Where is my husband?" I gasped. Nobody answered. I grabbed my phone with trembling hands and called him. 1 ring, 2 rings, 3 rings, then someone answered. Relief hit me so hard I almost collapsed. "Nathan!" I cried. Instead, a frightened woman's voice whispered, "Who's Nathan?" Every hair on my body stood up. "Who is this?" I shouted. She sounded terrified. I found this phone beside the road." My hands started shaking even harder. "Please, where are you?" She gave an address less than 10 miles away. The officers and I raced there with sirens echoing through empty streets. We found Nathan's pickup truck abandoned behind an old warehouse. The driver's door was open. His phone and jacket were still inside, but he was gone. Then one detective spotted muddy footprints leading behind the building. Everyone started running. I followed until an officer suddenly yelled, "We found someone!" I rounded the corner, and my entire world stopped. Nathan was chained to an old steel pipe. His face was bruised. Blood covered his shirt. The second he saw me, he burst into tears. "I'm sorry!" he shouted. "I'm so sorry." I rushed toward him as detectives unlocked the cuffs. "Nathan," I sobbed. "Who did this?" He struggled to breathe before looking straight into my eyes. "They weren't trying to kill me," his voice broke. "They were trying to kill my identical twin brother." I completely froze. "You're what?" The detective stopped moving. Nathan lowered his head. "I never told you about him." Between broken breaths, he explained that 12 years earlier, his twin brother had joined a violent criminal organization before disappearing. Nathan changed his last name, moved away, and buried every connection to his past because he believed his brother was gone forever. But the man in the morgue was his twin. The killers had mistaken Nathan for him, stolen Nathan's belongings to fake the identification, and planned to come back later to finish the job. I looked at him through tears and whispered, "You should have trusted me." He closed his eyes. I was terrified the truth would make you leave before my past ever did. 3 months later, everyone responsible was arrested. Rebuilding our marriage wasn't easy. I was angry that he'd hidden something so enormous, but I also understood the fear he'd carried for years. Looking back, I still remember standing in that morgue believing I was about to say goodbye to my husband forever. Instead, I discovered that sometimes the biggest secret isn't hidden because someone wants to deceive you. It's hidden because they're terrified that telling the truth will cost them the only person they've ever truly loved. If your partner hid a dangerous family secret to protect the life you'd built together, would you eventually forgive them? Yes, no?